So this is something I've actually been wanting to talk about for a while, and given that what this week is, I thought it would be an appropriate time because this week is actually Mental Health Awareness Week, and I've been wanting to talk about the relationship between YouTubers and mental health. Now, you may or may not be aware that a lot of your favorite YouTubers quite possibly have certain issues like anxiety and depression and a whole host of other mental illnesses, what's classed as mental illnesses. And when I say this to people, I get the question, well, why are they YouTubers then? Why do they put themselves out there for the criticism and viewership of potentially millions of people? And that's a really good question. That's a question that I am actually still struggling with myself. But from my own experience, it's because we want to address people, we want to interact with people, but sometimes it can be too difficult doing it with real people, too stressful. But when you're alone in a room, you're literally just talking to yourself. And there is a certain disconnect with just making a video and putting it on the internet. I mean, in a lot of ways, these YouTubers are very much like a lot of comedians. For instance, Robin Williams struggled with mental health issues for the longest time, his entire life, and eventually, unfortunately, succumbed to them. But he made people happy. He stood in front of people and he made them laugh. And it's because if he couldn't be happy in himself, then he thought he could at least try and make others happy. And I think that's something that a lot of YouTubers can relate with, especially those with problems like these. If I'm seeming a little bit umming and ahhing, it's because this is kind of a difficult topic to talk about, especially in the climate we are now. I mean, this video is probably going to get flagged by YouTube, but I'll come on to that whole topic in a minute. But it's something that people, these kind of problems, especially with men, are only just now starting to be accepted more. The fact that, yes, you can talk, you can try and feel better, but what a lot of people have to understand is it's not that easy. You can't just cheer up, you can't just stop worrying. If you try and bottle it inside, you will begin to develop other symptoms, other manifestations that can become physical. It can range from something like dermatophagia, I think it's called, where you bite and pick your fingers. It can result in bulimia, anorexia, any number of things that your mind makes you do because you don't feel like you can let it out in a conventional sense. And sometimes it doesn't even have to be any rhyme or reason to it. It's just, why are you feeling depressed? I don't know. That's a valid answer, believe it or not. I don't know, because sometimes you just don't. I mean, whether it's a serotonin imbalance in your brain or something that has happened in life, it could be anything. I mean, you could have just read the news. Something just could have happened to you in the street. One day it could mean nothing to you. You could just brush it off. Another day, it could send you into a spiral and mean that you don't leave the house for 3 weeks. And it's a very difficult topic to pin down, but everybody who has experienced it experiences it in their own way, and they can't articulate it properly. But for a general way of describing it, it's a lot of the time described as whether it's anxiety or depression. It's described as a cloud, an oppressive darkness around you. That's one way I've heard it described as, that just keeps you down. One thing can lead to another. I mean, ostensibly, anxiety and depression are two separate things. I mean, those are just two examples of mental health conditions. I mean, the term mental health condition, that's always bugged me, can range a hell of a lot. It can range from, say, schizophrenia down to anxiety or something like that, and a whole host of stuff in between. And yeah, you may not have multiple personalities, or may not have psychosis or anything, but it's still a possibility for you to struggle with everyday life. And that's what this week's all about, is bringing awareness about that. I mean, it's a good chance that a lot of people have it. As I said at the start, a lot of the people you watch, a lot of the YouTubers, a lot of people on TV probably have it. And if you want to find out more, there are lots and lots of resources online, and a lot of celebrities that are coming out and saying that they've had problems. I mean, for God's sake, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has come out and said that he's struggled with this kind of thing in the past. And with life and the society that we exist in, more than likely, most people will struggle with some kind of it at some point in their life. But some people, like I say, whether it be because of a chemical imbalance in their brain or something, serotonin and whatnot, struggle with it more. And it's just a case of having understanding that you don't need to go, if somebody's depressed or anything, you don't need to go up to them, give them a cuddle or anything and try to actively make them feel better, because sometimes that won't work. Sometimes that'll actually make them feel worse because of the way the brain is stupid, makes them feel like they don't deserve it and makes them feel guilty that you're giving them that attention. But the point is, you just need to be aware and maybe a little bit more patient with somebody, because that person who never comes to a party, they might just, and you say, oh, they're antisocial, then ignore them. They might have, honest to God, anxiety condition where they cannot be around other people because they're genuinely petrified. But back to what I was trying to keep on topic about, which I spiraled off dramatically: YouTubers and mental health. It seems like YouTube has something against this kind of thing, because talking about it can get your video flagged, can get it demonetized for those who monetize it, and that can be a problem for bigger YouTubers especially. I know quite a few people who have had problems. I know of quite a few people. Boogie, I can't remember his full channel name, but he has said on several occasions that his videos have been flagged, taken down, demonetized, whatever, because he's been talking about his mental health issues. Now that's ridiculous. I mean, YouTube classes it as not advertiser friendly. What the hell then do you call the kind of content, the hard-hitting content they try and put in soap operas like Coronation Street and stuff? That deals with stuff that's really out there sometimes, and they even have warnings at the end. Well, they have warnings at the start, and notices at the end, if anything has affected you in this episode or you'd like to know more, please call this number, visit the website. No, YouTube, there's, oh no, flagged, demonetized, whatever. I mean, it's got so stupid that a brilliant YouTuber I know, Beth Boulevard, she made a video where she made a sandwich. That's all the video was. And she said a lovely poem, statement, piece of narrative over it, saying how this sandwich was basically her fighting. Now, there was no obvious reference to any kind of health conditions, but it was gonna, subtext was about anorexia and stuff, and it got flagged, demonetized. And that's just ridiculous. Basically, on the face of it, she made a sandwich. Video got taken down. I actually tweeted her and said, I effing blind, I say all kinds of stuff on my videos. Not a problem. Absolutely fine. As far as YouTube's concerned, I know they'd said, oh yeah, you can't swear, but apparently everything's fine. She makes a sandwich. Flagged. It's ridiculous. And something needs to be done about that, because this is a topic that needs to be talked about, and stuff like this is just going to... I mean, it's not about the money or anything. I mean, yeah, fine, demonetize the videos talking about mental health issues. It's not about the money. But the fact that you are taking a negative stance towards it, that more than anything says that actions speak louder than words. Your actions towards this kind of topic is negative, YouTube. And it's going to stop people from talking about it. So that was me talking for quite a while about my feelings on mental health issues. If you do have any questions about it, then definitely go visit. There's plenty of resources. There's an entire website dedicated to Mental Health Week. If you are struggling with anything like that, then please, I know it's hard, but talk to somebody. Approach them. Don't be scared. Even if it's a member of your family. I mean, I know it can be scary to go to a doctor or something, or a therapist even, but you're worth it. You're brilliant. I don't know who you are, but everybody is brilliant in their own way. And if you are struggling with anything, just make sure you help yourself. I've been Nick. Everybody stay well. See you next time.